is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Why am I up and doing this? I have no idea. But it's on my heart and it's on my mind. So I think I better talk about it before I try to go back to sleep. What I've noticed is when I try to come up with these propositions that I'm talking about, when I digest this material that's so skillfully done, first thing I notice before I've even been able to really come up with the delineation of propositions is that I notice that I'm pulling away. It's disturbing. It's to listen to. It's causes me angst, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. I feel defensive. I feel angry. I feel so. I have to acknowledge this right up front because it's not a cool intellectual thing. It's actually very personal. And I'm trying to put some words to that, and I think it's like I was a small child and I, for the first time, go to school and I have people, even adults, taunting me and saying that my mother or my father are no good. It's kind of like that. It's a very, very uncomfortable, psychologically and emotional kind of thing to entertain. Because that's my world. It's my world. And so I don't run to hear these kinds of things because ultimately it's not really whether God exists or gods exist, but ultimately the question is this being, and I think most of us assume there's some kind of being somehow, is this one good? Is there really love behind the universe? And our posture on that question can be rather critical to how well we thrive personally and collectively. So anyway, I'm just saying I don't like this. And I don't like looking at it, talking about it really because of that. And I have to just own that right away. Because I need to talk about that. Probably for my own sake, probably for your sake, probably for others' sake. I need to talk. But it's distasteful to me. It's distasteful. It'd be like somebody planting seeds of doubt about your wife and her fidelity to you, and whether she's really a good woman or not. I mean, we can put a twist on facts as human beings that jades everything. I mean, we can really be cynical about love and in an ultimate way too. So what I realized as I was thinking about all this, I realized, I invest a lot of time and energy in, developing my relationship with God. In other words, I tend to shy away from anything that would make him in my own consciousness distasteful or aloof or cruel in fact, I do quite a bit. Now that I look at my life, I do quite a bit to foster good feelings about him. I mean, prayer is that, talking to him, reading the scriptures and pondering the things he said and done in the past that were charitable to people and to especially lowly people like me. I associate with people who seem to have a fondness for God. I mean, there's surprises in there sometimes, but I do things. I do things to build trust, really, and love for Him. I do things naturally to get closer to Him. But then, if I pull back, it could be the converse. I could have started out just, thinking He was evil. And then I would have reinforced those thoughts. I would have associated with those who thought similarly. I would probably rehearse in my mind and heart the different evidences for Him being evil. And I would have come to a very, very different place. And I can't tell you that it's because I'm an extraordinary person at all. It's just, I saw love and perceived in my inner being love there, rightly or wrongly, and so I moved toward love. But if I would have perceived hatred and hostility and negativity and then I probably would have moved away from God, if you know what I mean. So I'll close there because I don't want to make these too long for you, and hopefully this will upload, transmit, or something. Thanks.